Okay.
Like Dan Campbell should have kicked it, but but other than that, I don't have a whole lot to offer.
I'll be right back. While we're waiting on Rosie, I need to go put some lotion on because these boys are ashy.
Ashy,
Damn, dude.
dude, you got the highlighter. You got the Baker. Nice.
Yeah, it's the jersey that Andrew
nice,
bought.
man. Oh yeah.
We swapped. I gave him the my extra Pulisic Milan jersey. He gave me this one.
Oh nice.
You think the kicker should have kicked it, huh?
I just think so.
I
Like
got-
I
got
understand.
reasons why he
I
shouldn't
understand
have.
the logic.
Well,
of, like,
save,
of-
save most of this for the pod, but I got
know.
reasons why he shouldn't.
Like it got you there. Like I get it.
It's not just that. The kicker's like, as Rosie alluded to in the group
Y'all
text.
be quiet.
not-
Save it for the pod. My goodness.
We could rehash what we're talking about right
We'll
now.
rehash.
We only have 2 games to talk about. Talk about like.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're not going to be reaching for content though with Rosie on the pod.
And baseball. Got Beltray to talk about.
Yeah, Beltray didn't even make the. Oh wait, no, yeah, I did. I
He's,
didn't
at
get down
the,
that
he's
far.
at the end. He's at the end.
Saving the
He's
best
at
for
the
last.
end.
Mariners just made a trade too. Wow. Wow.
The hot
that's
stove
it.
is hot.
Man, who'd they get?
Polanco.
Oh, so I guess Polanco wanted to be third in the division or something, or
Now we're gonna be second. The Astros are gonna be third.
Wait, I see someone. Wait a second. Is that Rosie's music?
incoming.
Hey!
I think we're good.
Awesome.
What's up, Zaddy?
Hi.
Hi. I'm no longer pissed off, so we're good.
About what?
The bets contest, dude. I was livid on that.
You were?
Yeah, I was pretty PO'd.
Should have known I was gonna lose anyway.
I was like, the Kittle line was 58.5. I was like, that's a lot for him.
Not really. I mean,
Well,
the line's been
no.
so bad against tight ends. They just
Yeah.
didn't throw to him.
He
Yeah.
he either gets 85 yards or 8 yards.
Nothing.
All right. Perfect. Let's see here. I'll text Matt, say we're on.
We're on. I know Rosie will back me up on my story though.
About what?
Oh, for my storyline. It's not that juicy. I just got to argue with Andrew.
Stop.
Oh, wait. Hey, everyone smile for the camera.
Rosie, when's Chrissy due again?
May.
May.
Wouldn't you like to
Also,
know,
you guys
Weather
are-
Boy?
You're halfway. Shoot.
What's
dude.
up, Matt?
It's coming up quick.
Dude? That's how you got in this mess.
I know.
Matt is in the chat.
That's
ladies
how
and
I'm gonna
gentlemen.
get us out of this.
I guess it's not a mess. It's a bless, not a mess.
Wow.
Afterwards, I need
none
to
of y'all
confess.
are. None of y'all are gonna say hi to Matt. That's rude.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting into Twitch right now.
You handle
Hi,
it for
Matt.
us.
Oh, wait. No, not Twitch. Sorry, YouTube.
Matt, we're getting our new coach this week. Hope you're
Hi, Matt.
excited.
Hope you're excited for Dan Quinn.
All right.
No.
Please take him. Please take him.
Please.
You can keep them, guys.
I'm at that point.
Okay. So we'll intro. We'll do one big headline. Then we'll do conference championship recap. We'll start with Chiefs Ravens, and then we'll go Lions 49ers.
Oh, I just subscribed on YouTube. I haven't been.
Company man, ladies and gentlemen. Company man. And then we'll stop right there. Rosie can hop off, and we will talk Texas Rangers.
I did get a Rangers golf shirt the other day.
That means you have to be
Nice.
on.
I wore it today.
I love that.
Just in the
Nice.
Everyone good?
I was the only one who's a large there, I guess.
Let's check some audio here.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've seen the whole portrait mode thing too. So.
It's the second time you've done it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rectangles.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie. I'm a
second
little
time.
behind on. I'm a little behind on making the call pods.
It doesn't look good if you're like watching on YouTube like this.
It'll look good for clips.
It'll
though.
look good for clips. And I want to juice it up a little bit more and add like some borders or something. But
Yeah.
Some borders.
I also got like a weird border on the bottom of my camera that's like not on anybody else's. Like you see that black line right there?
oh, here, let me just drag Rosie's up a little bit.
Or you need to drag me down because he's lined up with you perfectly. Mine is smaller because mine's small. If you drag me down, I'm smaller than Alex. Mine is just smaller than everybody else's. Well, not my square is smaller than everybody else's.
Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring these like that. Now. Oh, actually, let's.
You hit the delay, I guess. This is like super nitpicky. I just noticed it because I was the only one with the large
it's-
black line.
Okay, now we all have a border. There you go.
So
Yay!
Trent's face would be where the making the call logo is.
No,
he was here?
Trent's would be below me, and then the making the call logo would go next to him.
All right,
So
No, the making the call logo would go over Trent.
over Trent. I'm down.
all right, let's pause. Austin, give me a nice good beep, and then let's go.
And my beeping muscles are a little rusty here, fellas. It's been a minute. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Making the Call. I am joined this week by Alex, Rosie, and Austin. Austin, is this first pod of 2024?
Yeah, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, Austin Young. we're ending the show this week talking Texas Rangers. So I said, hey, I gave Austin the call. I said, hey, don't know if you're available, but would love to have you on this week.
It's now or never.
Hey, I'm off the prayer list, baby. Let's go. All right.
Yeah, he was on his deathbed there for a few weeks, and we are streaming live on YouTube at youtube.com. I believe it's /making the call. If not, go to the notes of this episode. We got a link right there so you can subscribe. We've got our good friend Matt in the chat right now, letting us know who he thinks.
Along with 10 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10's a low night for us. Yeah.
Oh, no, guys.
Before we get derailed talking about all of our subscribers and followers on all of our various platforms, let me give you the rundown for the show. So we'll start with our one big headline. Then we'll go into conference championship recap, recapping the two games on Sunday. And then we'll kind of do a roundtable discussion of kind of the most intriguing storylines of the Super Bowl. And then we'll take a quick break, come back. Rosie will hop off. The other three of us will stick around, and we're going to be talking Texas Rangers. Little off-season recap.
I want
We
to
got
hear Rosie's thoughts. But
we got Alex to stay because we're going to be ending the Rangers discussion, talking about someone who's beloved to both Rangers and Mariners fans across the world, and that is none other than Adrian Beltre, as he just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So that's the plan for the show. Quick update on our bets contest because there was some discourse. There was some arguing in our group chat this weekend. I added a stipulation because what?
I would never.
Yeah. So I added a stipulation. This was in the listeners of this podcast will know that this happened weeks ago. I think it was at the start of the playoffs when we decided that the playoffs were going to decide the regular season tie between Austin and Rosie.
I was on for that.
And I think it was the following week
When I was
where
not on.
where you were not on, where I said what we're going to do to make this interesting, because what I don't want is I don't want us to go into the Super Bowl and have it already decided. So I said, just for Rosie and Austin, if you're down, 2 wins or whatever, we're going to do it based off of win percentage. The person who's behind, or technically both of you could if you want to, can make your official bet like we normally do, but then you can add as many props as you need to in order to surpass that person in win percentage. And Austin did not listen to that episode, and I will apply a little bit of blame to me for not communicating it outside the
I
podcast.
appreciate that. That's big of you, man.
But I will say probably 95% of the blame goes to Austin for not listening. I'll take 5%.
95%.
You know what? I'm over it. Not gonna argue it
Yeah, you're over it now. Now that
Yeah,
you're
because
probably
I
gonna
know
win.
that there's no way in heck Rosie goes 5 for 5 on Sunday, so I think we're good.
So what will need to happen? So Austin is 2-0-1 in the playoffs. I'm
In
in
the
second
lead.
place at 2-1, and then Trent, Rosie, and Alex are all 1-2. So we will all make our picks for the Super Bowl. We're not going to do that until next week. We'll do a big Super Bowl preview on next week's episode, talk through props and all that good stuff. Austin will make his pick. Rosie will make his pick. And then Rosie, you will need to, in order to beat Austin, you'll need to find 4 props that you like. And they can be, they can be player props like we've done, but like it's a Super Bowl, so it could be the coin toss. It could be, over under on the national anthem.
Please do
runtime.
that one.
It's
First
there's-
halftime song or something like that.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Ha-
It's gotta be yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
Just get ready
so-
to fade.
So Rosie will find 4 that he likes. What will need to happen in order for Rosie to not have the last place punishment is Austin will need to lose his bet. Rosie will need to win his official bet, and then he'll need to go 4 for 4 on his props.
I haven't lost a bet in the playoffs.
If that
Anyone's
happens,
gonna lose.
Of course, you
that
have it
way,
now.
It's gonna be Austin.
Where was this the whole? Where was this
It's
the
gonna
whole-
be Austin.
Ridiculous.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's inevitable that Rosie goes 5 for 5.
The miracle run.
so that's what's going to happen. And then last place of the playoffs, which will be either Rosie, Alex, or Trent, I think. Last place will be doing the 15-minute intro.
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
podcast.
safe
If
from
I already
that.
lose the stuff to
Yeah,
do.
so if you lose both, then you have to
You
do
do
75 minutes.
75 minutes.
Jeez.
I mean, you could just do like an oral history of like the worst Lions playoff losses, and that could eat up
That'd be pretty
75
quick.
minutes.
Or you could
Chapter
do, like,
1.
Glory days, the '50s Lions.
Chapter
Yeah,
1.
there you go.
3 weeks
Who were they?
ago.
So that's a little
I'll
update there.
I'll make a poll on the Making the Call Twitter.
Okay.
I'll tell you
some
what. Hey,
ideas
I have a
y'all can vote.
proposal. Well, hey, we will let you forego this entire thing if you let us name your baby.
No, I don't think I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
man.
Lifetime.
That's
worth a
okay. We'll
shot.
just
Worth
we'll
a
let
shot.
it settle in.
Yeah.
Y'all can
All right.
call her whatever you want, though. Does that count?
Oh, not,
I'm just gonna get us back on track here.
yeah.
So
Let's go.
let's transition into our one big headline. Austin, since you're the friend of the show here, the special guest, we'll have you go first. What's your one big headline of the week?
My one big headline is I've known Andrew since my freshman year of college, and I just found out that he has never seen a Despicable Me movie. How is that possible?
Are-
You're like a self-proclaimed Steve Carell fan, and you haven't seen one of his greatest works. Like, have you? And
would
like
you
many
say
of his movies-
Despicable Me is one of his greatest works?
Yes,
Probably
it
his
is.
greatest.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Greater than The
all-
Office, greater
it's
than
not greater than-
Anchorman,
I said one of.
It's up there with them.
It's up
40-Year-Old
there.
Virgin.
Oh yeah, way better.
Dude. I just like the cultural phenomenon that the Minions have been for the past decade, and you haven't seen it.
Maybe
Like,
that's
any of
why.
them?
Even the
I
first.
mean,
Even the first, like I haven't
We were
even
young
I haven't
and
seen
young
3.
enough for the
But
first
I've seen 1 and 2.
when did the first one come out? Hold on. Despicable
Probably
Me.
like 14.
2000.
2010.
Let's go.
Whoa!
Ow,
Good job,
14
Rosie.
years?
Yeah,
Rosie really is about to go 5 for 5.
You
on
haven't
his
seen
pick.
Gru and the
No, I
Dick
wasted all
Girls?
on this.
Okay,
haven't seen-
I'll watch the first one and I will report back. How about
It's
that?
like it
You're
would
gonna
be
love
like
it.
it would be like a
You're gonna wanna watch
cute
the
date
second one.
night for like you and Beck. Like it's a cute movie. And
You know the guy from
Becca
How I Met
Sue.
Your Mother is Vector.
oh yeah.
Wait.
Which guy?
Um,
Ted Mosby?
no, the other one.
The Architect?
Jason Segel? No.
Yeah,
Neil Patrick
Jason Se-
Harris?
Is Jason Segel? Is he Vector?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
man.
he is. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Wow.
So you're guaranteed to like this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
All right. I'll watch it.
Freeze ray.
Let me just say this. I haven't not watched it out
It's
of
not like hate.
like it's not like, oh no, I'm not watching it. I just never saw it.
You just like it's just one of those animated movies
You know, it came out in 2010. I think I was really busy that year.
We were in 8th grade. You couldn't have been that busy. You didn't have a car.
Hey, you don't know that. You're not God.
Weren't you homeschooled in 8th grade? Or
No,
private
I was in
school or
public
something?
school.
Oh, you in public school?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
made it.
You made it.
there.
Seventh
You made it.
seventh grade was my first year.
7th grade was your first year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was. It
Is
was
that scary?
It was not a good year.
Oh, Matt Hitt says Despicable Me is better than 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
High
40-year-old
praise.
virgin is a
High
classic.
praise, considering that Gru is probably a 40-year-old virgin. But
Do the
Hangs-
movies
hangs
ever
over.
talk about his sexual history? Is that
Well, he's
covered?
got a
so.
kid. He's got a kid now in the new one.
he does on the new one.
Yeah.
All
'Cause he
right,
met
so that settles that.
redheaded
There you
agent
go.
girl. So, yes, it's worth it. You got to do it. Like it's
All right,
great.
all right. Hey, I'll watch it. I have nothing against it. I just missed it. So
Tonight.
not tonight.
So
I got to edit this podcast since we fired
We'll
Craig.
do both.
Yeah.
Craig has seen Despicable Me, so
I think he's in it.
is he in it? Yeah, you may be right.
He's
He
Vector.
actually, he's
He's one of the minions
the
that.
producer. Yeah, he edited it.
All right, Alex, what's your one big headline?
I guess my one big headline is patience is a virtue. We only got 2 head coaching openings left in the NFL, and I feel like all the best candidates are still out there. So Ben Johnson and Mike McDonald from the Ravens and Lions are going to be available to interview this week. And they're already being interviewed right now by the Seahawks. They got Ben Johnson today and Mike McDonald tomorrow, both in person. And then even guys like Mike Vrabel are still out there. Bill Belichick at long shot, but he's still there too. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these other teams sort of rushed the process here. Like,
I'm
what
gonna
do you
agree
guys
with you
think?
there. I think
'cause,
that
like,
the
I think
two
the
most
only
serious
name you could
cause-
argue that's just as good as those guys is Jim Harbaugh, but I never really wanted him for the Seahawks. I didn't feel like he was a fit
he
there.
didn't make sense for the Seahawks, but
No.
The fact that
Okay.
Vrabel hasn't been hired yet is insane to me.
especially with how
Yeah.
rushed some
Yeah,
of the
he's
coach
gonna be
firings
a-
were following Bravel's availability. Like you thought that those teams were about to jump on him
He's going to be a steal as a defensive coordinator, most likely.
whenever the Cowboys fire Dan Quinn and hire Mike Vrabel.
Ooh.
I'll be good with that. It's not gonna happen.
Vrabel's gonna take a year off. He's gonna do like the McCarthy or the Sean Payton, and
He'll
then
be an
he'll
analyst.
just be on the next cycle.
Or just go to a farm and watch film.
It's kind of crazy that that's happening to Bill Belichick. If I'm being honest,
I think it's just because he's
Well,
so
the
he
old.
wanted
reports-
he wanted
the
too much
reports out
power
of-
in Atlanta.
He
Well-
wants more control than what he's worth.
The reports from his interviews with Atlanta is apparently he wanted to bring in McDaniels, Judge, and Patricia, and the Falcons were like,
What?
no, no.
The Falcons did put up with Arthur Smith for 3 seasons, so
Yeah, but at least Arthur Smith, he was proven as a coordinator and he was unproven as a head coach. You can't, like, we know what McDaniels and
could
Patricia and
coordinate
Judge
his
are.
best players on the field, but
Yeah.
it's
So,
okay. Send it to the Coast Guard.
All right, gun to your head, Alex. Who's the next Seattle Seahawks head coach?
That's easy. It's Mike McDonald. This dude, I've just fallen in love with him over the playoffs.
Dude.
His whole track record. So like, he's been with the Harbaugh tree pretty much since 2014. He was a defensive analysis, the linebackers coach, the safeties coach from 2014 to 2020. Then he went and joined Jim at Michigan from 2021 to 23. Came back to the Ravens this year as the defensive coordinator with John, and now he's ready to become a head coach.
Does he like gum?
That is a great question. That's probably one of the questions that they'll ask him, but
Does Mike McDonald have a farm?
I don't know that. I haven't dove into if he has a farm
That
or
was
not.
good.
He looks
That was
like
Is he like is agriculture like is it a hobby or
it could be. I don't know, man.
don't know.
I think he might be too busy grinding tape because the way he shut down the Chiefs in the second half yesterday was glorious.
Well, if there's one thing Mike McCarthy taught me is that you don't actually have to grind tape. You just have to say you did, and then you get hired.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
that
Exactly.
that tweet that you sent in the chat today with the Stephen Jones thing?
Okay. Did y'all listen to the clip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of wild.
Okay.
I'll
So
call him.
Could that be your big headline?
No, it's not.
It's
but
not.
I'll
It's not.
mention it
Let's-
here real quick.
Let's talk about it.
So there was a sound clip from the About Them Cowboys podcast, which is on The Athletic, and one of the hosts is Kent Garrison. He used to be like in charge of like media for the Cowboys, so he was in the organization. He was connected for like a long time, and he was telling a story of, you know, the Cowboys, they record their draft room every year, and you can
Is it
tune in.
everybody?
Yeah, but it's like a huge production for the Cowboys. And like you can tune in and you can watch live during the draft. They have it all muted, but you can see in the war room the night of the draft. But they do have audio. And so Kent Garrison was saying that it was some draft like a few years ago. He was going back and he was watching it in its entirety, and he was listening to it. And apparently the Lions called the Cowboys and were trying to trade up to the Cowboys pick, and the Lions offered a player, and Kent wouldn't say who the player was, but he said it was a well-known player. Like it wasn't Stafford, it wasn't Calvin Johnson, but it was someone that like the average NFL fan had heard of. And so the Lions were like, hey, you know, what do you think about this player for, you know, to move up to your pick? And Stephen Jones answers it, and keep in mind Stephen Jones is president of football operations, right? And he goes, who's that? And the Lions guy's like, oh, you know, it's so and so, like he's our, you know, whatever position. And Steven's like, okay, yeah, let me talk it over with the guys. And he hangs up and doesn't mention it to anyone in the war room. Doesn't mention, you know, who called, what they called about, who the player was being offered. Didn't know who the player was. Didn't ask, you know, Will McClay or any of the other, you know, scouts like, hey, tell me what you know about this guy. Just like dismissed it. And the Lions called back like 5 minutes later and be like, so, you know, did you think about it? Like, what do you think? And Steven's like, yeah, no, we're not interested. And then like hangs up.
It's like a kid answering his dad's phone.
This is the man. This is the man running the most valuable sports franchise on the face of the planet.
So next in line to like be the owner for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
That sucks.
How about them Cowboys?
We're doomed. We're freaking doomed.
All right, Rosie, your one big headline.
I don't even know.
We'll talk about it later. Chrissy's doing
Freshman.
May.
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
any? Do you have anything non-sports related?
No, not really.
How was school today, Napoleon?
Huh?
How was school today, Napoleon?
Is that a Napoleon Dynamite reference?
No.
Oh my gosh.
What you have for dinner?
We're staying by life. What do you think? It set you up perfectly.
It's
He's
been
not
a
in
while. I'm
He's not in that mood right now.
Been a while.
emotionally checked out, guys.
Okay. It's okay if you don't have a one big headline. We understand.
His one big headline is mental health is important and underrated in this country.
His
Well,
one big headline is we woke up today.
we
We woke up to
Wait, who said that?
Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen.
Oh yeah. Well, we woke up today. Well, I will say, I work out, and
Wow.
there's certain exercises in the working out community that you don't do because the risk to reward ratio isn't good enough,
So what, like skull crushers or like what?
like deadlifts and stuff, because you can hurt your back. I'm starting to feel that way about football. Like the risk to reward ratio is just not there.
That's why we love it.
But where's the reward? Where's the reward?
You got to keep believing that it's coming.
The reward was like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty fun, but
I mean, yeah, it was how like we'll get to it. It's house money, Rosie, but like
no, it wasn't.
We'll get
everybody else thinks it's.
I mean,
house
you can ask Alex what the reward is like for your football team, because he's literally the only one on this podcast that knows.
money. Yeah.
Especially when they just blow them out and you have 3 quarters to celebrate it live, and then it happens, then it ends. It's awesome. But then the next year they sort of blow it in the worst way possible.
Goal line interception. Is that a?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, my one big headline. College basketball is heating up, guys. I don't know if you were aware.
Big
It
12,
is.
man.
Big 12 is a bloodbath.
Hey, college basketball is heating up, but Baylor is not.
There's
But-
Oklahoma.
Not our year.
I'm not even worried about Baylor because
It's such a. It's
the
such
Big 12 is a
gauntlet.
gauntlet.
Yeah, just get to the
Didn't
tournament.
y'all lose to like
Like-
2 unranked teams? But
Well,
Every
yeah,
team
but
in the
again,
Big 12 is probably like a top 40 team.
I have some numbers on that, Alex.
Oh.
Just in case you were wondering. So,
is it?
uh,
give us the tweet.
conference play started like a few weeks ago, and
Yeah.
keep in mind, these teams have only played like 6 or 7 games in conference, and already no team in the Big 12 is undefeated in the conference. Every team has at least one loss. In fact, Texas Tech is the only team with only one loss. Every other team, like Kansas, Baylor, BYU, like
That one
everyone
loss was
has
to Houston. That
yeah,
was it.
Houston, all have 2 or 3 losses.
That's for real.
In fact, 12 of the 14 teams in the Big 12 have 3+ conference wins, and we're only like 6 or 7 games into the conference play. And Ken Palm has his college basketball rankings. 10 teams in his top 40 are from the Big 12. 10 in his top 40
14.
out of 14.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Well, and you sent that Rothstein tweet too, right? The
Yeah.
top 50 net ratings by conference thing.
And what did Big 12 have? 10?
And
Yep.
Yeah.
and that's net,
So-
net rankings.
Like Baylor's lost, I think 3 straight now.
Same
And
with Oklahoma. Same boat.
I'm not even worried about it because it's like, dude, you just have to just get to the tournament because all these teams are going to be so battle tested compared to the rest of the country that it's like, just get there and then see what happens. I'm not even worried about it. But
Yeah.
if you want to watch, like, the one thing I will say is every single Big 12 game from here to the end of the season is going to feel like a tournament game. Like every single one is going to be high energy. The crowd's going to be nuts, like close games,
Yep.
because that's just the conference. So if you're especially like this next week and a half, and you're like, oh, I don't have football for 2 weeks.
Football.
Like, what am I going to do?
Sad.
Start watching college basketball. Start
MLB
getting caught up.
fantasy.
Go play golf.
Because it's crazy. So,
I
all
would say
right.
like the added teams in the Big 12 have been so fun.
Yeah.
Like the
I'm
new
ready to
addition,
get to
like
the SEC.
BYU's been fun.
Take me to the SEC. This is a gauntlet. And it's not fun.
Oh,
Hey,
you doesn't
yeah,
want
you
that
guys-
smoke.
You guys will do just fine.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
ready for basketball. I don't know about football.
BYU, Houston next year, next year we get Arizona and Arizona State added to the
Yeah.
conference. Like,
Oh my goodness. Arizona especially, that's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and saying that they're going to lose in the second round, like always. But it's okay.
yeah.
Fair.
All right, conference championship. We'll go chronologically. So first game of Sunday was Chiefs 17, Ravens 10. I'm asking this because it applies to me, but why did any of us ever doubt the Chiefs at any point?
It's like you knew that they were, if they got to the playoffs, that this was going to happen.
It's not
feel
like
like-
they look that good against the Dolphins either, though.
Shouldn't
Like,
have happened.
I'm like so mad at myself because
Shouldn't have happened.
We were all out of it. Like even I, like by the end, and I felt like I was one of the later holdouts on the Chiefs, and even I lost faith.
let's see. Can I find this here?
The playoff Mahomes Kelsey combo is just it's and Pacheco.
Yeah, Kelsey
running-
looks washed for the entire season. Gets to
plays like a
January
dog.
and is breaking Jerry Rice's records. And it's like,
Yeah,
Hey.
it was insane.
we got
And
bamboozled.
Pacheco's running like a freaking bat out of hell. Like this is nuts.
yeah, it's absurd. I want to try and find my final power rankings that I did on the Substack.
One of these teams loses first round. That's what you did. That's the tier they
I
were
thought
in
I
with the
did.
Eagles.
Is that
It
what
was
I
the
did?
Chiefs and the Eagles, and you said one of these teams will lose round one, and you were right. It
So I was
good.
right. Hey,
Yeah,
I was
you were
right.
right. You were
Okay.
right.
All right.
Hey, I may not listen to the pod, but I read the Substack.
You're
All
a
right.
Okay,
I'm just
yeah,
not an
yeah.
audio
So
guy.
gosh, yeah, one of these teams losing round one, and Kansas City I had them ranked 9th, and I had Philly ranked 10th.
You did
And
not say one of
what
these teams is going to the Super Bowl.
what I said about the Chiefs, I said I'm off the Chiefs train for this season. I had them number 1 in my first power rankings, but they have looked worse with each passing week. Outside of Kelsey, would any of their other skill position players start for a team above them in these rankings? Maybe Rashee Rice could start for the Browns, but I think that's it. And now they're in the Super Bowl.
Jukes.
It just goes to show you that we don't know what we're talking about. No one knows what they're talking about, and sports are weird.
So stop listening.
Well, because it's like, we were all, but it's not. I mean, they've been to the AFC Championship game 6 years in a row, like for a reason. It's because this team is it's a different team in the playoffs, and this is like a different Chiefs team that we've seen in years past. I mean, we've had the high flying Chiefs for forever, and this was the ground and pound rely on the defense Chiefs, and they had to go on the road this year. And it's like, I understand why people were out, but good Lord, Patrick Mahomes is a playoff god. Like,
Yeah, he is. But the Ravens also sort of lost this game in the second half. The Chiefs did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna
those
say,
two
like, I
goal
feel like this
line-
is more on
Chief-
the Ravens than on
give
the
some
Chiefs.
credit to give some credit to the Chiefs defense. They've been solid all year.
Well, that's
And they showed up big.
okay. So that was my next question: was in a game with Mahomes, is it crazy to say the most impressive performance in this game was actually the Chiefs' defense?
Yeah,
Because they held the Ravens to 10 points, including only 3 after the first quarter. Ravens scored that touchdown in the first quarter and then just a field goal the rest of the way. Ravens were 3 of 11 on third downs. Ravens only ran the ball 16 times. Of those 16 times, Lamar ran it 8 times, Flowers twice on like jet sweep actions, and then Edwards and Hill each had 3 carries apiece.
That's absurd to me.
They panicked a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't know how to play from behind.
Well, and Lamar Jackson, he salvaged a good game, but his first staff stats were abysmal. They have 5 completions.
And that ball in the second half, triple coverage, just threw it up like
Okay,
Jack-
but okay,
Likely
I didn't
said
see
he was open.
He called for the ball, but it was underthrown. But still,
And the guy sort of did contact him before he caught.
Okay.
The
Oh, no,
No,
he was
no,
triple
no.
coverage. Like I don't care if
The guy
likely.
still
the ball was
sorta
the ball was underthrown and
pretty
he's headed the
I
other
don't
way.
care if likely was holding up
Blocked
a
him out of
poster
the-
board that said "I'm open." He was triple coverage. You don't throw that ball.
It was unlikely.
Yeah, I feel like the Ravens lost this for. I think that's the biggest story is that they didn't run the ball.
Ooh, here's the Monday morning ESPN grabby question for you. Did the Chiefs win this game or did the Ravens lose it?
both.
I didn't watch ESPN, so I don't know.
Well, that is what happened. So
It's pretty much, but yeah, because the
All right, you guys are no fun. Come on. Play just go with
that
the
was a
bit
late
for a
falling
little
for
bit.
this clickbait.
That was a late burner for me, Rosie. If I I don't know why it took me
Oh,
so
my
long
goodness.
to get that.
yeah
Did the Chiefs win or did the Ravens lose? Yes.
Ravens.
The Chiefs defense, like I think that is the story here. Because
They've been great all year.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's such a shock, but like, I thought Lamar was going to manhandle him. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Well, they're really great against the pass because they have so many good cornerbacks and stuff.
Sneed's a monster.
He's great. They need to
They got-
re-sign him.
they got-
McDuffie's good too.
They were almost all coverage sacks, the ones that they got on him.
Was it Sneed who did the little chop at the 1 yard line? Yep.
It
Yep.
was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and that's the dumbfounding thing about the Ravens really not running the ball. And it's like the Chiefs have a poor run defense. Like that's how you attack them. And then
They were throwing right from the rip too.
They
And
panicked. They have
They did
no
such a
idea how
good
to play
job
from
of
behind.
containing Lamar, though, and not allowing him to scramble and create.
that's why you
That's
run the
just-
ball.
His
I know.
best scramble was the one where he caught his own pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That
not a
was
scramble. That's a reception.
It's
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
Lamar, like, I think in the future you just want Lamar to. You want to be able to rely on Lamar if that's the game plan. Like, yeah, they should have ran the ball, but Lamar should have played better.
Agreed.
He played great in the second
Both,
half.
but both can be
Except
true.
for the
They don't have to
triple
be mutually
in the red
exclusive.
zone, pretty much.
Correct.
Once he got to the red zone, he choked.
Like,
But that's when you run the ball.
Like Lamar's just not in that Mahomes tier as much as
Well,
like,
no one is.
Yeah, he's gonna be the MVP.
Or he's not in the Allen tier, to be honest.
No, I don't think
he's
so either.
A tad below.
Guys, I mean, I give him. He's going to win MVP. He's just not in that tier.
Yeah,
when it
but
comes
we're
to playoffs.
we're talking playoffs too.
Yeah.
Like MVP is strictly regular season. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a great regular season player.
Yeah. I mean, Allen hasn't done anything. in
I
postseason
wanna-
either. I would
I
put him
don't
on
know,
the same
man.
tier with Allen. But
I've been a Lamar Jackson defender, I feel like, his entire career. And I want to say that, like, there were a handful of things that just, if Zay Flowers doesn't taunt and get the 15-yard penalty after a great reception, and then if Zay Flowers doesn't then fumble it on the goal line, like, we're talking about a completely different outcome.
And then he hurt himself on the bench.
And then he hurt him. Like, he just did the trifecta of...
it's a rookie. Yeah, you did rookie stuff. That's just.
I understand, but you only put up 10 points.
Taunting penalties are stupid, though. Just let them. These are
And
pros.
like in the back of my head,
He stood over and threw the ball at him.
It's part of the
Yeah.
game.
You
It's
can't
fun.
do it. You
No,
can't do
it's
But
not.
I don't know. I want
Part of
to, like...
game.
I get jawing, but you can't
Okay.
do that.
Nah, you guys.
Lamar Jackson didn't have a good game, but
Did a good half.
his team, like, the Ravens had a terrible game plan because Lamar has proved himself to be a pretty good passer. But if you're going up against a defense where the defense is poor against the run and strong against the pass, and your entire game plan is we're just going to air it out and just throw on every single down, that's not a recipe for success. Like, I cannot believe that the running backs for the Ravens ran the ball 6 times.
Well, Gus Edwards looked good on his carries too.
Yeah.
3
It's
carries
like, why would you-
for 20
why-
yards.
It's like,
Well,
why-
even on their 4th down carries, they kept giving it to Justice Hill too. Like,
that's 6. That's over 6.5 yards carry.
like he's not the mauling back either. Like, I don't know what they were doing
Justice
at
Hill.
all in the run game.
Yeah.
Justice Hill is so fast though. Like I get why.
Yeah, don't put him up the middle for like a 4th and 2 play. Like, it just
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Just hand it off to Gus.
It made no sense. So Lamar didn't play well, but he also wasn't the only reason the Ravens lost. You know what I mean?
True, very true. And their defense was not. It felt like the Chiefs could do whatever they wanted.
In the first
Especially
half,
in the first half.
yeah, first half.
They could do whatever they wanted with their opening script for those first 2 touchdowns, but after that, after that last
Also-
second field goal in the first half, they didn't do anything in the second half. They,
Yeah, but
they
5
didn't
straight
even
punts.
cross the 50-yard line until that last drive in the game, pretty much.
yeah, that's true. But it was more for a lack of like weapons on the Chiefs side. Like, it was Kelsey and no one else was doing anything. Like, Rice caught 9 passes for 40 yards or something.
Yeah, 8 for
Busting my
46.
parlay. Stupid
Yeah.
jerk.
I guess the one thing they didn't do is get that turnover. They
But
could've
see,
really
okay, to me, this
used.
was the difference. Like, Pacheco carried the ball 24 times,
There you go.
and he carried it was like 15 times in the first half. Like
That's my prop.
Who's the Ravens offensive coordinator? I think
Todd Monken.
Yeah.
he
Also,
needs to.
Mark
But he's
Andrews
been
only had
good. Like that. It just didn't make
Just a real
any
bad
sense,
game.
man.
Mark Andrews only had 2 targets in this game. That doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
who
to me
knows
either.
how healthy Mark Andrews
Yeah,
was.
but still 2 targets in the AFC
Well,
Championship
2
game.
targets for him and 2 targets for Likely. Like
Yeah, that's it. I likely had 3 targets.
Justice Hill had 4
what?
targets, or I'm sorry, Justice Hill had 7 targets in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does Todd Monken owe Justice Hill money or something? I don't understand the usage.
So Lamar Jackson had half of the targets that Mark Andrews did in this game.
I don't know if he had a target, but he had the reception.
He did have the reception. Hey,
Yeah.
ESPN's counting it as a target. So
Yeah. Okay. So 2 more things on Lamar, or 1 thing on Lamar, 1 thing on the Ravens, and then we'll get to the next game, unless you guys have anything else on this game. But I've already seen it. Do you think the criticism is fair that is trying to label Lamar as like a playoff choker? Do you think that's fair, or do you think that's taking it too far?
I think right now, yeah.
I mean, we
What does
covered
he
it.
have to
He's
prove
not the only.
against
He's
it?
not the only reason they lost this game. Like
I mean,
I feel like
that pick is a big reason, though. That pick.
yeah,
I mean, I don't trust him like I trust Mahomes, and I don't think he'll ever get there. But
Like, he
you can
hasn't
win with
shown.
Lamar. You
He
can
hasn't been
absolutely win with
lights
Lamar.
out in the playoffs, like for a full 4 quarters.
But here's the thing: can he do that? Absolutely.
Yeah, in theory.
And I'd rather have that guy than most quarterbacks in the league.
Mhm.
It's just hard when you have to go up against Mahomes every single year. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, like it's difficult. So
well, it's hard when you're going in there with a poor game plan too. Like if
That too.
if the Ravens run the ball more than 6 times, we might be having a different conversation.
yeah,
And that's
I
why
agree.
I don't think that's why I don't think you can fully like at least for this season. I don't think you can fully put that label on him.
Everyone looks like they choke against Mahomes. So
Yeah, I mean, one quarterback has to lose the AFC Championship game every year. So this year it was just Lamar, and that's why he's getting the flag. So
Yeah. I got an NBA
he's
comp.
getting the Flacco.
NBA
Getting
comp.
Flacco.
Okay, give it to me.
All right, Lamar Jackson is Dame Lillard of the NFL. Really good in the regular season. He's gotten to a conference championship game before, but he's never gotten to a Super Bowl, and he's never like taken his team over that hump. You know,
Lamar had a lot more to work
like
with.
I think the
than
lazier one would
Dame
be,
did.
I'm really glad.
Embiid.
I was about to say, I'm really glad you didn't say Embiid.
but that's
So-
the lazier one because Embiid's never even been to a conference championship. Lamar has at least.
Embiid runs from the smoke. Lamar
That too.
goes toe to toe with Mahomes. Like,
Lamar doesn't have an injury history, stuff like that. Like, yeah.
yeah, I like the Lillard comp. I think that's pretty good. And the chat, Matt also thinks that it's going too far to label Lamar as a playoff joker. I mean, yeah,
He's not elite in the playoffs. He's fine, but he's not elite yet.
I think it's also a sample size thing because they won last week. They beat Houston. Their loss this week was to Mahomes. They lost in 2021 to the Bills, and they won in 2021 to the Titans. So Lamar's 2-4 in the playoffs. I don't know, man. I think you can win with him, but you need to have a better game plan. And even if you're not running the ball well, like just run the ball because it keeps the defense honest. It's like basic football things, and the fact
Especially
that
how
they just
Gus was going like he was gonna find his rhythm if they just let him. But
like I want to see the Ravens lean into their run game and like be a running team that can beat you with the pass if needed. Like
Let's get Roman back.
No. But I want to see performances like when Michigan played Penn State this season, and they just ran the ball like 23 times in a row.
No.
Corum
Because
game
they
was
were like-
insane.
I
They
think
were
there
like-
6 passes.
Yeah, but I want to see like one of those performances from the Ravens where they're like, we are so confident in our run game and we are so dubious of your opposing quarterback that when they go up against, Daniel Jones and the Giants, that they just run the ball 30 times.
Well, it's what
And-
happened. It's what happened with the Cowboys. Like we couldn't stop Aaron. Like we knew Aaron Jones was going to run the football, and we couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
That's what they
you
should have done this game.
Even just RPOs. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I agree.
It was an awful
Terrible
game
game
plan.
plan.
It wasn't a good game from Lamar. It does feel,
This was their year.
yeah.
They missed a big window because
Yeah.
they're going to lose their defensive coordinator here. They might want to think about bringing in an offensive analyst and maybe the replacement eventually for their coordinator.
which Andrew
There
has
too.
shown that if you lose both coordinators, that it is significant. So,
I mean,
which they're
even
only
just
losing one.
Well, it's significant if you have a lousy head coach like the Eagles, but I mean Harbaugh is a solid coach, so they'll be able to survive coordinator turnover.
yeah,
But
he's probably already got a new DC groomed and ready to go.
this
They'll be
was
back.
this was the Ravens' chance though. Like I don't know if they're going to have a better shot than they had this year.
No,
Burrow
agreed.
was out.
I don't know. They draft extremely well. So
Yeah, but as Alex said, Burrow was injured. Like this is probably the worst receiving core that Mahomes has ever had and probably will have.
This was the weakest his competition has been.
He didn't have to go up against Josh Allen in the playoffs. Like Herbert's out of the playoffs. Now Herbert's going to be paired up with Jim Harbaugh. Like,
Side note,
CJ
can't wait
Stroud's
for
only
that.
going to be getting better. Like, all the young quarterbacks are in the AFC.
We say this every year, though. You know,
I mean, they'll be back.
Yeah, but the
They'll be in
Ravens
mix.
have
this
been-
stuff happens.
The Ravens have historically been so bitten by the injury bug, and they weren't this year. like-
Who's to say they're going to next year? Maybe we're going to get a reverse regression.
Maybe.
Maybe
But-
J.K.
Pay some
Dobbins
guys
will
on the
actually be a
defense,
viable
too,
fantasy
like-
option for me
Rip.
next year.
Matabuke, he's free agent.
Not likely.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
The Chiefs are going to be better. The Bengals are going to have Burrow back. The Bills will probably be better. Like,
Even the Browns getting Watson back is. Yeah.
Flacco.
That's
Flacco,
good
baby.
for the Ravens, so that balances out a little
yeah,
bit.
chill.
But yeah, the AFC is just a gauntlet.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
When fully healthy.
Baltimore's only hope is Flacco comes home. That's it.
All right, Rosie, it's time, my friend.
I don't want
Unless, does anyone have any other notes on the
Oh, I
AFC
got one
game?
more thing.
Can we
Okay.
pray for Rosie real quick before we?
Bring me
before we
Mike
go?
Get us
McDonald.
not into temptation. I don't want to see Brittany Mahomes, man. That's the last thing I want to say on the Ravens game.
Wait,
So you're cool with
oh.
Taylor Swift, but Britney's a no.
Well, she's
don't
not
get
going
why-
to be there.
I don't get why.
No,
yeah,
she
she's
will be
fl-
there.
She's flying back from Tokyo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way that she can make it.
No, she.
no,
yes, she can.
She's gonna be.
It's across
get-
the international date
getting
line.
an extra fast jet for her. She'll make it. It's good. It's all good.
All those,
They'll hold the
all that,
kickoff.
all that pollution that she talks about.
Her concert is
Gotta
at
make it
like
back for boyfriend's
her
game.
concert's at like 5 a.m. Vegas time on Saturday. She's making it back for the Super Bowl.
I don't get why people. are
Okay,
so
well,
mad at
yeah.
her.
Well, I was going to say her
Extremely
too. Then.
jet lagged.
Just
The-
this is the
the-
worst possible outcome. Like, can we talk about that for a second? Because
Oh
like,
yeah,
this
this is
sucks.
Hitler versus Stalin. The Super
I don't know
Bowl.
why you guys hate the
The
Chiefs.
Eastern
so much.
Front.
They're annoying. Did you see them
No,
before?
they're
Like
not.
Kelsey and Mahomes before the game, like messing with Justin Tucker stuff.
Justin
like,
Tucker said it was
they're
all like
bullies,
just
man.
fine.
That
Just-
was
way overblown.
That was just rude. No, that was rude.
It's way overblown.
Justin
Just
Tucker
threw
didn't
this-
seem like it was.
He
A
threw his
joke.
helmet.
Justin Tucker was like, it was all fine. It was gamesmanship, and we dapped each other up after the game. Like Justin Tucker
No.
obviously wasn't butthurt about it.
You don't throw another dude's helmet away.
Yeah.
Taking a knee.
What does a kicker need a helmet for, anyways? Come on.
That's true.
Besides the point,
That's fair.
It just makes it harder to
Hitler
see.
versus Stalin.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs. Sorry, but maybe
mean,
it's
I'm
because like,
definitely
we've all
rooting
been
for the
off of the
Chiefs.
Chiefs train.
Brittany's so
There's no
freaking
way-
annoying though. Like,
There's no way I'm rooting for the. There's no way in hell I'm rooting for the Niners.
Thank you. I've
Thank
seen
you,
Cowboys
yes.
fans rooting for Niners.
No,
No,
no.
They're
absolutely.
they're the younger Cowboys fans who have no idea about the '90s rivalry and all that.
I did not see the catch. I was not allowed to, but it was instilled in me from an early
Yeah,
age.
and even
Also-
Dion stuff.
Last
see this
year
thing
and
where,
the year
like-
before, the Cowboys lost to the Niners. Like, no, I'm not
That
rooting for the
too.
Niners.
Even
Did you see
even
this?
recently.
Did you see the thing where like the Niners are undefeated in the Super Bowl if they beat a team that has blue as one of their primary colors in the
shut
AFC
up with all
Championship
that.
game?
Like, yeah, I'm so
Yes.
freaking sick of all this like hoodoo voodoo bull crap.
It all started-
Gibbous.
You said the Cousins thing.
Hell up, everybody! I'm so freaking sick of this.
You said the Cousins thing though.
the Cousins thing.
As a joke, it's a joke. I don't.
It's not a joke anymore.
It's not true anymore.
You only don't like them if they are not directly like benefiting your team.
Hey, and I can respect that as a football fan.
The most annoying one on Sunday. Wait, was that yesterday? I don't even know. It's been
Yes,
like,
today's Monday.
Cycles.
Today's
Podcast day.
Monday. He's like
it was the
the whiskey. It runs.
the last time the Lions won an NFC championship was against the Niners, and they
Oh,
had
yeah.
the exact same score at halftime in that game, but the teams were reversed. So the Niners were up
Time is
big
a
and the
flat
Lions-
circle, man.
Yeah.
Sick
should
of
have
it.
gone.
I'm
you
sick
should have
of
taken.
it. They're-
You should have taken Trent's advice and gone to bed.
I should have. I mean,
You
I
wouldn't have been
wasn't-
able to fall
yeah.
asleep.
We can talk about this game.
Yeah, there's no way.
I didn't even watch the game. I
Just
couldn't.
dreaming about scenarios.
I beat the crap out of my thigh, so that probably would have stopped.
Well-
That would've been nice.
I guess let's get into the game.
We need Rosie. Rosie, you need your daughter for luck. That's what it's gonna be.
She was there.
I guess she
Yeah.
was-
She didn't watch though.
she didn't
She
watch.
heard.
Her
What's
view,
your with
her view was instructive.
He's in fluid. What do you
My wife is pregnant, so just in case anyone's like, "What the
Off
heck are
the
they
helmet.
talking about?"
What? Did you just drop it on the pot?
That was like months
Um,
ago.
Yeah. I wasn't there
Rosie-
for that one either, so.
Friend of the pod.
What the heck happened?
You're gonna reinvigorate his trauma right now? You're gonna
We have to talk about the
Still-
game.
I think it's
The
still fresh.
listeners,
That's like he gets
are-
dumped and then he's like, what happened?
the
man?
the
What
listeners
happened,
are tuning
man? I don't
in
wanna
to
talk
get
about it.
Rosie's.
Send me a beer first, like
All right, I'll send you one.
dab me up.
Grizzly cart.
Hey DoorDash, let's
On the
go.
way.
What's your
Okay,
ad?
fine. All right, I won't lead with that question. How about
Oh, lead with the question. Lead.
this? No, it's okay. I've got notes here. I've got plenty of questions that we can go to.
And just like, shut up. I know what happened.
Rosie, how did you feel about both of Campbell's decisions to go for it on fourth down and to just recap it? So first one was 7:03 left in the third quarter. Lions were up 24-10. It was 4th and 2 from the San Francisco 28. Lions went for it, and the pass was dropped by Josh Reynolds. If they would have kicked it, if they would have made the field goal, they would have gone up 3 scores with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. How did you feel about that decision?
I'm completely fine with both fourth
Yeah.
downs, and anyone who is against it, like everyone on Twitter, all the Dan Campbell blackjack, like you're gonna make me delete Twitter after all this. Like I'm sick of it.
You're
Y'all
not
don't
gonna
know
be friends with
ball
me after
at
this
all.
conversation.
You guys don't know ball. I'm sorry.
The first one, okay, so the second one was 7:32 left in the fourth quarter. Lions were down 27-24. It was 4th and 3 from the San Francisco 30. They went for it, passing complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. The first one I thought made sense, like knowing Dan Campbell, knowing who the Lions have been all year. The second one,
You're up 2 scores. The first one.
yeah. The second one, you're down a field goal. A field goal ties the game. Go tie the game.
But isn't that field goal like a 55, 57 yarder?
It was from the 30, so what is that? A 46 yarder?
That's a
47 yarder?
Yeah, it's a 46, 47 yarder.
Didn't they score a touchdown after that play anyway? So
It's 17. It's 17
Yeah,
plus
but
the yard.
that's the
then
whole
it
thing.
doesn't really matter because they would have lost. So
I
I mean,
Oh, but then the
you
Lions
look
go
at
down
what
and score a
happened.
touchdown.
no,
That game's tied.
That kicker's track record kicking outdoors, though, he's 8 for 16 kicking outdoors.
He's
from,
awful.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
you know
the
what?
kicker
Indoors,
is one of the
he's
worst in the league,
fine.
and Dan Campbell
Indoors,
knows
he's
that.
fine, but outdoors with the wind and stuff, he's bad.
In the
Okay, so
or in the-
if he kicks a field goal and he misses it, you're in the exact same situation that they ended up being in.
Okay, but if they make the fourth down and have a
They
touchdown,
should've
then they probably are
anyways.
going to win.
Yeah,
So
Josh Reynolds
you
dropped the
either
pass.
tie it
No, that
or
was
you.
Josh Reynolds was the
That was-
first one.
Josh Reynolds was
this
third
is the second one. This was in the fourth.
I mean, here's the biggest problem. No issue with the play call. No issue with going on fourth down. Players didn't execute. End of story. Like Amon-Ra was wide open. Goff could have hit him and just didn't. Like he wasn't even like that much under pressure. Like someone was coming towards him. Amon-Ra was wide open. Should have hit it. Josh Reynolds hit him in the hands. That's it. Like if they convert on both of those, they probably win the game.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then if you try to kick it, that is not a guarantee, especially with their kicker.
fourth down conversion against top defense in the NFC Championship game is not a guarantee either.
But
With
they
how
were,
the Lions
they
were
were
playing.
17 for 20 on the season.
I'm just
on
like,
fourth
so
and
like
three or less.
we all know how razor thin. the
Wait,
margins
hold
are.
on. Alex, say that again.
They were 17 for 20 on 4th and 3 in the regular season, and that's not even counting the playoffs. Because I'm pretty sure they converted a couple against the Bucks.
I mean,
The players were there. The players just didn't execute.
Exactly.
That's
I
fair.
And they're
I
just,
just
doing
think
what
I
got
just
them
think
there.
if you're down 3 with 7 minutes left,
Tie the game.
Go
Would you
score
not-
the touchdown. Yeah.
No,
Go
tie,
score the
tie,
touchdown.
tie the game and make sure if they
Now,
score,
if
it's
it
only
was
down one
like-
possession.
Again, if it was like 4th and 10 and they were in field goal range, then I have no problem with that. But 4th and 3, that is completely doable. They were doing it all day long. The play was there. Just didn't get it.
Yep.
okay.
No issue with it.
And we
Like we can't be like like after the fact, like, oh, he failed, so he is
In
an
the
idiot.
moment,
Dan
though, I
Campbell-
wanted them to kick the field goal. So this is not revisionist
Okay,
history.
I
by me.
understand, but like if they had made it, then everyone would be like, "Oh, Dan Campbell has the biggest balls in the world." But
And I get it. Like that got you to that kind of thinking got you to the NFC Championship.
yeah, I don't know why you'd stop now.
Like I respect Dan Campbell for the decision and for defending the decision. I just think it was a stupid decision.
So this is based on that lovely discussion. This is a good next question. Are we wasting our time debating these fourth down decisions when really the game was decided by the crazy Ayuk catch and the Gibbs fumble?
Well, yes.
Just the Ayuk catch. That's ridiculous. That is
Not
the
just the
most
Ayuk catch,
ridiculous.
just all the drops in this game on offense and on defense were all against the Lions.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one
here's-
early in the first quarter. Right
Here's
through
a
the
note
dude's
for you.
hand.
This was a tweet from Ben Solak at The Ringer. Expected points lost for Detroit. Okay.
Ooh.
These were the 4 biggest plays with the most expected points lost. The first one was the Gibbs fumble, which was a minus 5.5 points lost.
Ouch.
Next up was the Ayuk reception off of the Vildor face mask, which was a minus 3.3. Next up was the Reynolds fourth down drop at minus 3.2. And then the fourth one was the fourth down incompletion to Amon-Ra St. Brown at minus 2.6.
Híjole.
So you could say, fourth down decisions aside, if Gibbs doesn't fumble it there, and if Ayuk doesn't catch the ball off of a ricochet off of the defender's face mask, Lions win the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the Lions were the better team
they
during
were.
this game, and it just all came down to like Purdy made one mistake that wasn't even that like he got his hand hit, so like you can see that interception. But other than that, they made 0 mistakes on offense the whole game, and the Lions made a lot or 4 or 5 crucial mistakes, and that lost them the game.
Yeah.
And that,
There were so many things,
Frustrating.
Rosie, that I wanted to text you during the game, but I was like so afraid of anything that I saying like be interpreted by even like by an ounce of jinxing it that I just like didn't send anything to you other than like at various points check in and be like, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Because I wanted to send you at like halftime, be like, the Lions offensive line is the story of this game. Because the first half, the Lions offensive line dominated San Francisco. They were protecting Goff. Their run game was elite. All these
They had like 148 yards rushing in the first half, right?
yeah, all these like pull concepts. Like it was just a clinic. Gosh,
they didn't even go away from it either. Like
They just
it
couldn't do it.
just happened to. It's like every other bad Lions loss. It just happens to go poorly, and like the most aggravating ways that you've never seen before in your life. Like
It's the
at least the
Lions.
refs weren't bad this game. At least I can like. We woke up this
That's true.
morning.
Yep.
yeah.
But no, I had like 10 people texting me like, "Oh my gosh,
Hey.
the Lions are gonna win! The Lions are gonna win! The Lions!"
See, I didn't do that. I knew better.
Rosie, the good news is that you will get to experience the first Lions Super Bowl win with your child.
I don't know. Back in 1991, they hadn't won a playoff game in 30 years prior to that. So now it's another 30 years.
Dude, they're on the way.
Who
up.
knows, man?
They're
No, but
on
you've
the-
won.
they're-
You've won 2 playoff games though, just
That's
this
true.
playoff. So
Well,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
Matt,
yeah.
Matt just said in the YouTube chat, he said, same. I almost texted Rosie and the one other Lions fan I knew when they had the ball in the red zone after halftime. So
Yeah, I told my buddy that I was working with, I was like, yeah, the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. So, sorry.
Wow, Austin.
oh my gosh.
I didn't text it, though. It only counts if I text it in the making the call chat. Because he said the Lions.
Gosh,
you
I don't
brought
know,
it up.
man. That's
You just brought it up.
rough. Now I'm really hoping Rosie goes 5 for 5 on his bets this week, and you go over
Rosie-
1.
Oh, that'd be just dessert.
If
Be
anyone's going to
amazing.
lose that way, it's going to be
Dude,
Austin.
honestly, after the pain that Rosie has endured, if Rosie went 5 for 5, I'll
We have to
gladly.
make a
I will-
mini 30 for 30 about that. If
I'll
it happens.
gladly solo pod.
Where were you?
Ever means my man
I
gets
lost
some.
all my other parlays too. It was just a really bad week.
If you get an ounce of just peace from that, it's worth it.
I'm just gonna mentally prepare for the hour and 15-minute long podcast.
That's the bad part.
I'm gonna start writing script now.
Massive choke, and then on top of that, you have to do a 75 minutes.
Yeah, that one stinks.
Any
Well, and
It's
I
like-
lost my my playoff bet for work. It was like 5 to win 180, and it was going to be Chiefs Lions. If one of them made it to the Super Bowl, then I would have won.
Dude, this has not been your week.
No, it's-
wait, but the Chiefs did make it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Ravens Lions.
Ravens, Lions. Okay,
Dude.
man. But you know what, Rosie? You've gotten to watch your team play in the NFC Championship game, which is
Oh,
not
yeah, you
something
guys
that
haven't.
Austin and I can say.
Or Alex. Oh wait, no.
Hey,
Alex has
like
seen a Super Bowl.
Alex has seen
I
multiple.
thought you were
NFC
talking about this
championship.
year. Yeah. No, I'm.
I've seen it. Yeah, keep on.
I mean, it hurts right now because it's the day after, but
Hey,
I'm
dog,
happy with what they did. I think this is exactly what they needed. I just hope they can do it again. Like,
hey, Rosie, don't cry because it's over.
Who are you replacing
Smile,
Ben Johnson
because it
with?
happened.
Tanner Ingstrom. They have
All
someone
right.
lined up for
Dude,
Ben
you
Johnson.
know the most random names. My goodness.
They're usually pretty good too.
Tanner Engstrom. Who the heck is that?
Anything else on this game, guys?
Brock Purdy is polarizing, to say the least. He's that one meme from that soccer coach where he's in the press conference like, sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be. We can finish that sentence on our own.
Bad.
But he's either really good or he's terrible. I guess that's what Mr. Relevant is, but
I guess
he's
so
just
it really
lucky to
is-
be in the perfect situation.
He
for a
either
quarterback.
utilizes his insane skill position players well, or he utilizes his insane skill position players poorly.
terribly.
He's better than Jimmy G. I think one of the keys
Yeah.
to the game too
Yeah.
is
Was his
Yeah.
rushing ability.
yes, Lions have
He
been
had 5
really
less
bad.
5 less
Oh,
yards.
let
on
me
the ball.
finish, Austin. Holy crap!
No, you don't turn into Trent here.
Oh, I will. Someone has to do it. But the Lions have been really bad against running quarterbacks. That's why they got blown out by the Ravens.
He's not a
And-
running quarterback.
I know, and that's why they were doing so well in the first half. And then he turned into a running quarterback, and that's one of the keys to the game for sure.
White boy ran.
He did.
White boy ran far. White boy ran far.
His scrambles, yeah. I mean, they were the key in that second half for sure.
5 less yards than Lamar Jackson in the championship round.
All right. Let's do a quick Super Bowl segment. We're going to do the big preview next week, but I just want to run through kind of some of the most intriguing Super Bowl storylines, and I want to see what you guys are like most interested in, because there's one thing that we know for certain. It's that every possible storyline is going to get beaten to death over these next 2 weeks, because that's just what happens.
Every year.
Every single one. Like, you're going to find out that, like, the backup safety on the Chiefs was junior college roommates with the 4th string linebacker on the 49ers, and how they actually went to Thanksgiving dinner together back in 2013 because one of their families was on a cruise and he had nowhere to go. Like, you're going to
I
get
can't wait for that jersey swap.
You're going to get the most obscure storylines over these next 2 weeks, and we're just going to focus on the big ones. First one, I mean, it's got to be the Chiefs, right? Going for their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 years, going for back-to-back Super Bowls for the first time since the Patriots.
Dynasty.
If they win.
I was about to say, if they win, are they officially a dynasty in your?
If
in
they
your
win,
mind?
They already
100%.
were.
Yeah,
No,
I think
you
they
gotta
already
have
were.
3. I think you got to have 3 within a 5 to 6 year time span.
No,
to
that's just what the
really,
Patriots did. Like,
You
I
think?
mean, but the Patriots redefined what a dynasty is.
you think 2 and 4 years?
no,
is
they were
dynasty
just the
territory?
best dynasty.
The Patriots had 2 separate dynasties, in my opinion.
And the Chiefs are working on their first right now.
I think it was going to the NFC or the championship
6
game.
straight years.
Hey, they only got to win one more game. It's not that. They
Hey,
beat
I'm
the
backing you
Niners.
up. I'm backing you up here, Rosie.
I'm not saying.
No friendly fire.
They're expected in the Super Bowl every single year. They're a dynasty.
The road
guess
to the
just to
Super Bowl
compare
in
him to
the
the
AFC
Patriots,
goes through
they'd have to
Patrick
win.
Mahomes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's how it's been for the past 6 years.
So I'll rephrase it. To really keep track with the Tom Brady and like chasing his rings and stuff, they got to win this game to keep track with them. Otherwise, they're just a tier below.
So if Tom Brady made the AFC Championship game, he was going to the Super Bowl. But Tom Brady lost in the divisional round a lot.
Not that much.
Unless
I mean,
once or
they've got
twice.
they've got a ways to go to reach Brady territory, but having
100%.
3 Super Bowls in your first 6 years as a starter,
He's right on
that,
track.
that puts you on track.
It ain't right. Yeah, I thought Tom Brady was going to be like Michael Jordan, untouchable, and
Little did we know that Patrick Mahomes is LeBron James,
LeBron.
but with
he's
with,
better
imme-
than LeBron
with
James.
immediate playoff success. LeBron,
does
it
that
took
say
a while.
about- Well, with Michael Jordan, it took a while.
Yeah. It's
All those late
crazy.
80s,
Like I was my dad usually calls me on Monday morning to pick my brain about, whatever happened yesterday in football or whatever and just talk sports.
That's so sweet.
And so we were talking about
love
the
that.
Super Bowl and
Was
yeah,
that what he would do in middle
So
school when you were
awesome.
getting bullied?
I love that.
you want to talk about that? Yeah, no. Middle school was rough for me, Rosie. It's okay.
It was rough for me too. Let's talk about it.
Let me just say, kids are the most judgmental in middle school. So being a homeschooled kid going into public school
I
for the
can't
first time
imagine.
in 7th grade,
I had over 20 warts on my hands in middle school. So
over 20. So what was the number?
over 20. It was almost 30. I had like 11 on one thumb. It was insane.
Were you a band kid?
Yep. I was a bank kid in college. You know this. I went all the way, man. My acting was never terrible.
Man. Maybe
But my
this
war-
can be an off-season pod. We can each just talk about like the scars from our childhood. And
How
the
many times
lasting
did you get
effect that we-
rejected by the cute girl in middle school? How many? Yeah.
Let's see. I asked a girl out on the last day of 8th grade, and she said no. So
Man.
Could be worse.
yeah. But you know what? I'd like to say that I timed it well because it was the last day of school. So like
You just
we
go
all
home.
went to summer break and we all forgot about it. So it worked out.
That's nice.
Let's turn on the Xbox. Yeah.
All right, we could be like, so like,
bet.
when would you say you glowed up? Because for me, it was between 8th
Well,
grade. and
Becca
freshman
and I
year.
started dating sophomore year of high school. So I'll say
I'm
that.
talking about you personally. Like, when did the acne kind of subside and you like took on your new form?
Oh no, I
'Cause that was
haven't-
the summer between 8th grade and 9th grade for me. That's what I hit it.
probably spring semester of freshman year because that's when I hit my growth spurt. I grew like 6 inches in like 6 months. It was crazy.
My voice dropped.
And then
in
you
my
grew
acne.
taller too.
Oh man. Normally we don't get this unhinged without Trent,
Man.
but this is fun.
Hey,
I told you I'm
Hey.
taking his place.
let him gas you up, Andrew.
I like
Come
it.
on.
It started off with, hey, what was it like being bullied in middle school?
Hey,
Oh,
us
talk about it.
losers.
That's
We
like,
gotta stick
hey,
together.
Hey, they don't have a pod, and we do.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Look at us now.
Look at us now with oh man, what is that? 60 followers on the YouTube chat right now. Yeah, is that 60 live viewers?
If Mahomes retired today,
Hall of Fame,
is he Hall of Famer?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Not
no
a question.
Okay. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, what does that do to Andy Reid's coaching legacy?
Second best.
Up there
of
with
all
Belichick, yeah.
Because he will have.
He was great on the Eagles. Like he was.
time. How many
great with the Eagles.
championships did Shula have? Because Andy would have 4 now, right?
Yeah. 3 with the Chiefs, 1 with the Eagles.
No, Andy Reid never won with the Eagles. He would just have 3
Matt-
with the Chiefs.
Matt, shut up. They don't have a pod. Stop it.
The Eagles' first Super Bowl was 2018.
Oh, that was Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
You're right. He would have 3.
let's see. Don Shula. He
Don
won.
Boy.
He won 2 Super Bowls, but he did win one like NFL championship before the Super Bowl. So he would have more than Shula.
Where's Andy on the all-time wins list?
I mean, he's up there. I mean, Andy's taken 2 different franchises to the Super Bowl. Like, it's
I'm looking.
He gets in a rarefied air if he gets 3. I think.
Andy Reid is 4th with 258 wins. Bill Belichick is 3rd with 302. George Halas is 2nd with 318, and Don is 1st with 328.
You said Andy Reid is 4th,
Andy Reid is 4th all time.
and
He
I
passed
mean,
Tom
he's got
Landry this
Mahomes.
season.
Like, how much longer is he going to coach? I would imagine a while.
10 years, maybe.
You know what I mean?
He's 65.
Yeah.
I
Can he
think he'll
coach?
know.
Yeah. Can he coach for another decade? And
He's
get
gonna
another?
retire
Yeah.
before he needs to, probably.
Can he get
Yeah.
another
You gotta
2?
lay out the fast food, though.
I think he'll hit 70. I think he's got 5 years of coaching left because Andy seems like the kind of guy that's like, okay, I've done what I need to do, and I'm gonna go enjoy a combo meal.
Over under on a gastro.
Dude, you are on one today.
Did you say on a gas?
Yes, he did. Anything else in
We're
the
under
Super Bowl?
3
Alex, would it
minutes.
just warm your heart to see Kyle Shanahan win a Super Bowl?
It's not gonna happen. Don't have to worry about it.
Don't you dare.
Mahomes. Do you guys think Kelsey retires if they win it?
No.
No,
Going on top. Go be an
Uh-uh.
actor.
He
Marry
plays out his
Taylor
contract.
Swift.
he loves Patrick Mahomes too much. He loves playing with Patty too much.
How many
Here's-
years does he have left?
Here's the real question. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, does Travis Kelce propose
No.
to Taylor Swift on
No.
the field?
No, it's too soon.
It's been like
It's too
6
soon.
months.
They were dropping
Hey.
the L word on the field yesterday.
They did, but they've only been dating since. It's rumored they started dating in August, actually. So
But
Okay,
do we
but
know?
I'll raise you. Who gives a crap?
Do we know is Kelsey like is he actually like Southern Baptist? Because if so, since August, the fact that
pretty sure
they're
they were
not
raised
married with a kid
Catholic.
on the way is like amazing.
they were raised Catholic.
Okay,
Pretty
so
sure.
yeah, they have some time.
I don't know where Taylor stands.
I can tell Rosie's really annoyed by all the Taylor Swift stuff.
Blocking
I
it
do.
out.
I
I
don't
said
care.
what I said.
I don't
Like,
understand
she's-
the outrage.
I don't
I
either.
really don't.
It's not
I don't
football.
care
I don't
either
care.
way.
I also don't
Yeah.
think it's publicity.
You know what's
stunt.
not football, Rosie? 40 beer commercials over the course of 3 hours. So
Yeah, I don't like that either.
no, I'm just saying,
like
like the
night.
NFL is trying to appeal to multiple audiences. So the middle-aged white man gets the beer commercials and the truck commercials, and the Gen Z white woman gets Taylor Swift 3 times a game. What's the big deal?
Okay. I don't like the Taylor Swift though because I'm watching.
I'm not
Do you
playing
ever
anymore.
do you ever miss a play because they show Taylor Swift?
I guess
first-
you're making this into something that it's not. I just
after
don't want to be talking about them right now.
After the touchdown, they have to cut away to something, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always cut away to something, and it just happens to be Taylor
Oh no,
Swift.
I do not care. One more or the other.
Come
I
on,
do not
Rosie, be
care.
the villain here. Let's do
Okay,
this.
all right. She's the devil.
Ruining football.
Should've stayed
I might
coaching
bleep
these
that out.
kids
She's
now.
ruining this country.
I might bleep that out just so no one knows what you said. They just hear she's a bleep.
Get the Swifties burning down my house.
That'd be all timer.
All right. I think let's end that there. Rosie,
good.
you got any final thoughts? Because 3 of us are going to stick around to talk the Rangers.
I would love for Rosie to stick around and talk to Rangers.
I don't think I can name you a Rangers player.
We're
I
gonna
bet you
mention-
could.
We're gonna mention a couple names on the pod.
Beltre.
There you go.
Hey, we're talking about him. There you go.
Shohei
No, I
Ohtani.
heard.
All right. When we come back, Alex, Austin, and I are sticking around. We're going to be running through some Texas Rangers talking points from the offseason. Alex is especially sticking around to give his thoughts on Adrian Beltre getting into the Hall of Fame. And that is all coming up right after this.
I need a refill.
Okay. Go do that, and then let's record.
Yeah, I got to pee.
Good pod.
Good job,
We gotta
Rosie.
pee. I'm gonna grab a brewski too.
Matt, stick around. We'll be right back, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. Love it, love it, love it. So Matt, how you been, buddy? How's work? How's life? Just how's your cat? All of it. Sushi, right? Yeah, sushi. Pretty darn good. Glad to hear that, man. That's awesome. We need to find a time and go meet up. It's what was the last time we? I think it was about this year, right? Or getting close to around a year ago because it was March Madness. We all met up at the Buffalo Wild Wings. That means it's been too long. We need to find some time to go out and make that happen. Be good to catch up. How long is the delay? I think the delay's, I want to say it's probably about 10 seconds. I would say 10, 15 seconds. Yeah.
I tell you here. So, if you're gonna figure out the delay, you need to say a phrase and then start a stopwatch and then see when he comments.
Okay. Matt, type in the word yes right after this.
I got a few left. I wasn't around during the holidays to finish them, so got to do it.
Nice. Oh, it's longer than
It kind of feels
seconds.
wrong.
Ow.
let's see. Oh, it's a long delay. My goodness.
Yeah, no,
What?
he was.
Oh, 27-second delay.
Man.
Jeez.
You can do a lot in 27 seconds.
Amen.
Hey.
Hey-o.
Amen. Amen.
All right.
Brother.
I'm going to hit new recording, and you guys are going to have to, click back
Recording
in, and
in
then let's do
progress.
this. But yes, Matt, Stars game would be fun. We should
Andrew's
definitely do that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Andrew's pastor is in the chat.
Love it. All right, you guys ready to do this thing?
Yup. Let's talk about the Rangers and how I'm kind of a little disappointed, but
Oh.
Hello? Oh, wait. No, I guess I don't have to say
Imagine
hello
being disappointed
because...
in the defending world champions.
Here we
so
go.
we are back. No, I'm not a little disappointed. I'm
all right.
just like, we'll
Give
get
me a beep. Beep. All right, we are back. Wrap up the podcast. Myself, Alex, and Austin stuck around. Go through some Texas Rangers talking points from the offseason. Before we get to that, though, let me take a minute here to tell you about our friends over at Liquid IV. We love Liquid IV. I actually... That's right. Thank you, Lil John. I actually ordered Liquid IV yesterday because I was all out, and I was like, "Oh, I need to restock on my supply." And I know Trent has been saying that he loves that sea berry, and that's one of the flavors I haven't tried yet. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take Trent's suggestion. I'm gonna order that bad boy. I was trying to pull up the tracking number to see when this bad boy's coming in. Keep in mind, I ordered this yesterday.
the shop app.
Yeah. Right now I'm looking at the UPS tracking label. I think it's gonna get delivered on like today's Monday, on like Wednesday. Like,
Dude, just use the shop app for your like tracking. It
I like
tracks
doing it
what-
the old. I like doing it the.
Do we really got to argue about which app to use?
the old-fashioned way.
This is the
Can we not just
widest-
talk about
so
how
this is
fast the shipping is,
this is
Austin?
the
But
widest thing to argue
anyways,
about.
the shipping is so
That's what I was
fast.
saying.
The Liquid IV is so hydrating, and the flavors are so delicious. In fact, one stick of Liquid IV hydrates you twice as fast as water alone. It has 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. And you, yes, you, the listener, can go try Liquid IV today and get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code MTC at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today.
I'm sold.
Using promo code MTC at liquidiv.com. All right, gentlemen, the Texas Rangers. It is the offseason.
The reigning world champion.
The reigning
Texas
world champion
Rangers.
Texas Rangers. Which, by the way, I need to get like a
Wow.
cool baseball because let me grab this here real quick.
I hung my flag in my office.
Wow.
I got this in, and it's like a. This is why
it
you
a
have to
Gold
tune
Glove?
to the YouTube. It's a like baseball display case. It's got a little glove, and on the bottom
The
it
ball
says,
goes in the glove?
2023 World Champions, and it's
Why
got a
didn't-
picture from the night when they won it, right there.
Why isn't it a little like commissioner's trophy?
That you could put
Because this
baseball
is
on
what
top of.
was available on Fanatics.com, Alex. I don't know.
Not sponsored. Not affiliated.
Well, I don't know what it's like to win a World Series championship. So.
Yeah, we're done
Can't
talking
relate.
about football. We're
Can't
done talking
relate.
about
Yeah,
football.
yeah, we're on the opposite spectrums here.
It's pretty great, I must say. I when the Cowboys lost, I was upset for like 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh wait, the Rangers won the World Series." No,
I really
I'm
wa-
great.
After the Cowboys lost, I just went and watched the Corey Seager game, one homer, and it was all fine.
I had already watched it that day because I watched it at least once a day. So I didn't think to do that, but I
I
watched
need
it
to go
the
listen to
following
my
day.
Creed today.
Dude, if you're not creeding it up, at least once a day,
Dude,
the Astros
I will
win.
say, getting on the jumbotron when the chorus hits and higher for the Creed sing along was an all time moment of my life. It's amazing.
So they've made some offseason moves already. Most recently, they signed relief pitcher David Robertson to a 1-year, $11.5 million contract.
Jersey up, baby.
I will be getting his jersey. Becca will be getting his jersey. I have a rule that if a player on my team has my last name, I buy his jersey. That is how I became a Liverpool fan, courtesy of Andy Robertson. That is why the only Stars jersey I have is for Jason Robertson. And I'm
Sweater.
about.
You have a Stars sweater.
Yeah,
Andrew.
sweater.
It's a jersey. Come on.
This
Side
is-
note, rip
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jurgen
It's a sweater.
Klopp. Rip.
No, a sweater is what I wear to a Christmas party. It's a jersey.
Mm,
Anyways, and why I'm going to be buying this David Robertson jersey because that's what you got to do. A little bit about David Robertson. He's 38 years old in 2023 for the Marlins. Robertson threw 65 and a third innings, had a 3.03 ERA and a 1.19 WHIP. His numbers were down from 2022 a little bit, so the hope is that he can recover some magic that has made him a strong relief pitcher for many years. Austin, what are your thoughts on this signing?
I mean, it was a great leftovers pickup.
I
Like
think
if he
it's more
returns
than
to form,
that.
great. Yeah, it's just like the hater stuff was so hyped, and then after the hater stuff, it was like, oh, we got a real shot at Neris, and then it's like, so this was the
did Neris get
This was-
signed too?
Yeah, he signed
the
to the
Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah,
Neris,
it was
I don't
the
like
Cubs,
Neris
so it's
anyways.
like,
Neris is a jerk.
well, yeah, he's a jerk, but we also signed Aroldis Chapman, who is way more than a jerk. So
He's
Hey,
got
he's
you
gone.
there.
yeah.
I thought the number was a little high, 11 and a half for
Yeah, it seems a little
one
high.
guy. One
I don't know. Like
Sort of
he'll be
down.
great.
wasn't he a Met before the Marlins? Because I remember him on the Mets.
He was a Met.
Yeah, he's been a Met. He's been a Yankee. He's been a lot of different. He's played. I
I
mean, he's
think
played for since 2015.
if he returns to form, he'll be a good seventh inning guy.
Yeah, hasn't he always been like a setup dude?
Yeah,
Seventh,
he's not. I
eighth
mean, Leclerc will close, and he'll be the setup guy.
I mean, if
I'm fine
anybody,
with
He'll be
that.
like seventh inning guy, and then Sabor's in the
Yeah,
eighth, probably.
7 Spores in 8th, and then you bring out Leclerc in the 9th, which I'm fine with that.
yeah, if anyone can fix him, get him back on track, it's Mike Maddox too, one of the better pitching coaches in the league. So
One of the better, one of
yeah,
the best. He's
top
one of the
5.
best pitching co- He's top 5.
Yeah,
I don't mind it because
Maybe I was a little dramatic with the leftovers pickup, but
I'm
Because
glad they
there is
didn't do
some
the
hope.
hater deal, considering what Houston
oh
gave him.
jeez, yeah, that was an
considering,
overpay.
yeah, no, I'm glad they didn't do that, but
Yeah, I think his stats were a little inflated pitching in San Diego too. That's a pitcher's park paradise.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
If Robertson can be a decent seventh inning guy, or even just like a nice bullpen piece, then I'm cool with it because you've got your 1-2 punch in Leclerc and Sabors, and then Robertson gets added in with Yuri Rodriguez, Jonathan Hernandez, Brock Burke, Kirby Yates, Jake Latz. Like
Yeah.
It's not the best bullpen, but
with some prospects on the way, potentially making MLB debuts this year as well.
prospects on the way, absolutely. And if you think about it, so opening day rotation is going to be, in some
Eovaldi.
order, Eovaldi, Gray, Dunning, Bradford, and Heaney. And then as you get Scherzer back, as you get DeGrom back, as you get what's the guy's name
What's
who
his
we
face?
just signed? We just signed him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Fangraphs here. Fangraphs always helps me out. Let's see. Injured list. Tyler Mahle. There you go.
Yeah, that guy.
Once you get those guys back, then you're moving a Dunning into the bullpen, a Bradford into the bullpen, a Heaney into the bullpen, kind of like what they
You're not
did in the
moving Dunning
playoffs.
into the bullpen.
But you know what I mean? Like you're moving guys into the bullpen,
Yeah.
and now your bullpen gets stronger, just like what happened in the playoffs when, by the way, the Rangers
You
won the
just
World
got to ride the
Series.
bats for the first half.
Yeah.
Just ride the bats for the first half and pray people get healthy.
If he's the only bullpen signing, are you going to be disappointed?
I'd like him to go get maybe one more just for, insurance, especially early in the season, because, some of those other starters aren't proven or like they have potential to be erratic. And so you might have to have some guys come in super early. So I'd like them to, but I don't think it's the end of the world if Robertson is our only signing this offseason. That's just kind of how I feel.
Agreed. Because, bullpen help is something you can always acquire at the deadline.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you saw, but Major League Baseball just came out with their updated top 100 prospect rankings. The Rangers are the only team to have two guys in the top 10.
4 or 5, right?
4 or 5 or 5, 6 with
I think
Carter
it was
and
Evan.
Langford.
Yeah.
All right, some other offseason news. Rangers re-sign utility outfielder Travis Jankowski
Let's freaking go.
to a one-year,
El Blondie,
$1.7 million contract. I'm so happy he's back.
I love him. I
I'm
love him so
happy
much.
he's back. I
Dude
know, I
can
do
freaking
too.
run the bases and gets timely hits when he needs to. Knows his role. Is fine with being the 4th or 5th guy.
Great defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that number, a steal.
I love
Like,
him.
I'm so excited that he's back.
And then
I think that was Kaylee's second favorite player last year.
really
Honestly, she loves him.
the Jankster. Well, he's
Yeah.
okay. Jankowski.
And
He's
he sounds-
he's popular with the ladies. You've seen the post from Shakira back when he was a
flow.
Met, right?
I don't think I've seen that.
You haven't?
I have.
No, I don't think I've
It's
seen
the
that.
flow, man.
It's
that
the
is-
flow. Like
Oh, he's
love it.
got the flow.
ladies dig the flow.
And he does not sound like he looks. Like his voice. He's got
Okay.
like Josh Turner depth.
So Shakira posted this on her Instagram story. This was back when Jankowski was a Met, and it's a picture of Shakira and then her son, and they're meeting Jankowski like in the hallway, and it says hanging out with Travis Jankowski. Funny, last night I ended up signing baseballs for the players. Maybe next time they'll sign guitars for me. And it's just a picture of just Shakira and Jankowski. So
What a jab.
what a man. He's
Man.
he's
What a
awesome.
man, what a man, what a man.
All right. Other offseason news. So Dolis Garcia and the Rangers are still in arbitration talks. I believe initially it was like a $1.9 million difference in what the two sides were thinking for a
Pay the man
2024
his
salary.
money.
Pay the freaking man. I don't know what we're doing. Pay the man.
Yes.
He's old. He needs his money.
Hey, pay the man.
Or he's older.
Unfortunately,
ALCS
this is
MVP?
like the nasty part of baseball
Yeah.
is the arbitration aspect. But yes, pay him whatever he wants because he won you a World Series. You don't win the World Series without him. Like if you're power
You don't
ranking
get
the
to.
guys, if you're power ranking the guys who helped you win a World Series, it is like Corey Seager 1,
Garcia too.
Garcia 2.
Nate,
Uvalde 3.
too. Okay.
Maybe Uvalde 2. I was going back
That's a
and forth
tie.
between Uvalde and
Yeah,
Ortiz.
it's close. Tie for second.
But
Yeah.
the fact that he's up that high, give him the 1.9 million. Just get it done.
Yeah, it's
Especially
chump
since you didn't
change.
overpay on a closer.
That's not even what he's really worth. It's just he's still in arbitration.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's still a bargain.
Exactly. And unfortunately, because he's so old, like for someone entering his first year of arbitration, like
old
every
is he?
dollar matters to him. He's like, what, 30 now?
30. I thought maybe 31.
He's almost 31. He's 30 and 340 days.
Man.
So this is his first year of arbitration. He's going to have 2 more years of arbitration after this.
Gross.
And then he'll be an unrestricted free agent when he's 34.
He's not gonna make any money.
So I don't mind him trying to maximize every dollar because he needs to.
Yeah. This was the year to do it.
All right, a few other things, and then I want to spend some time talking about Beltray here. Jordan Montgomery, do you think there's still a chance that they go and get Monty?
Who
Yeah.
else is gonna get him? I haven't heard any rumors of any other teams jumping in
There's
there.
Cardinals. Some stuff on the Cardinals, but
And I've heard a little on Boston, but it doesn't seem like Boston really wants to do anything.
Boston just throws their name into everybody, but they
I
don't.
think that if you really want to solidify, like, just with how wrecked your pitching rotation is, like you've got good, like, we've got a little, like a decent pitching rotation right now as it stands. But like, if
Decent.
you really want
We're at a
to,
top 10 pitching rotation.
well, no, I'm saying like, with all the injuries and stuff, like,
Well, right now,
I-
I'd say fringe top 10 when it gets healthy. It's a clear top 10, maybe top 5.
yeah, 100%, yeah. So like, if you really want to solidify, like, I think if you want to be in contention for the division, I mean, you got to go. I think you got to go get Monty, just because the first half really could be really erratic.
The Monty market is interesting because I was hearing some reports that apparently all the teams who are interested in him aren't offering him more than 3 years. That if a team came in and said, we'll give you 4 years at whatever rate, he would have signed already. And he wants more, and every team is like, we'll give you 3 for, 3 for 60,
only
3 for
31.
70, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. His
This guy
market's
was born in- he was
interesting.
born in the '90s. That
Yeah.
is interesting.
I hope they go get him because
They
if
better.
not, like you've got Uvalde and like Gray was really good in the playoffs whenever he played.
If Gray pitches like he did in the bullpen,
Boomer.
Exactly.
that was
But like outside
That's-
of them, like
that's
you're
slider.
relying on young
Bradford,
guys and
Heaney,
Dunning
and-
and Bradford, and then you're hoping that Scherzer and
Dunning's
DeGrom
a
come
stud,
back
though.
healthy. Yeah, but like
He'll
the
at least
Rangers
Dunning
just
was
won the
my
World
favorite-
Series, like they're trying to contend again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dunning
but
was
you also
my
for the regular
favorite
season,
story.
you just need like innings eaters, and Dunning can give you 160 pretty easily.
Totally. Oh, I
100%.
love the Great Dane. No one loves the Great Dane like I do, absolutely. But to win in the postseason, you need more of those frontline guys, and so
Yeah, I mean, it's a grind. Like you probably don't even want to be talking postseason pitching until after the deadline or around the deadline, anyways. Just
Yeah.
see what you got first halves and move on from there.
I'll tell you what my Rangers conspiracy theory is that Monty wants to come back to Texas,
I mean, well,
but they haven't been able to sign him because of all the uncertainty with the with Bally and with the TV rights.
it's a
And
fake excuse too. They could make it happen.
I mean, it's a significant amount. They're supposed to get like $120 million a season or something from their TV rights.
I guess, but they're gonna make so much money off this season with all the new World Series merch they're gonna run out there and promotions and all that.
Yeah, but it's not like
could-
they're
they'll
low.
make
It's
it
not like their
back.
payroll's low. I mean, they went out and signed Seager and Simeon and DeGrom. Like,
Everybody knows
Eh,
money doesn't
whatever.
talk. Hurtado's talks.
Yeah,
And so I don't
that's
know
a
what
great incentive.
I don't
Free
know what the
Hurtados
holdup
for life.
is.
For
I
life.
just don't get it.
For life, bro.
If Jordan Montgomery hasn't had those birria tacos,
Oh my gosh. But
And
yeah,
the
my
biscuity
theory is
latte.
that he's letting the Rangers figure out their TV situation, and then he's going to come back.
I hope you're right, dude. Because Montgomery comes back. Repeat,
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
repeat, baby. Your playoff rotation.
Alex, give me your 30-second thoughts on the trade that happened tonight, Monday night. The Mariners acquiring Jorge Polanco.
Big need at second base. Immediately fills that position. They might have overpaid slightly, depending on how good Gonzalez is as a prospect, sending him back over there. But overall, it's just a win now type of move, at least, which is encouraging. I really hope they make one more move.
Mhm.
I've been really holding out on Blake Snell coming in.
You
Seattle
really
boy.
wondering about that?
Am I really wondering about that? I don't get it.
Oh, never mind. He was a Ray. I forgot. I thought he was.
Oh,
Ray.
okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I
But,
mixed it up.
Yeah, that's the one guy
It's like
I'm
Phillies
sort of
team.
holding out for. Like you guys holding out for Monty. Like he's a Seattle guy. He hasn't really had any other like links with any other teams besides Seattle, really, and the Rays, obviously, because he's coming from the Rays. No, wait, the Padres.
Padres, yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about that either. So I mean, I feel like it's just a staring contest between us and his agent right now, which is Scott Boras. So who knows how long that could end up going? But
Baseball free
sort of just
agency is
still wait and see with the Mariners. I mean, Polanco's a nice move ahead, but it's still an incomplete
nutty.
roster in my opinion.
yeah. Baseball free agency is so weird because it's so drawn
It's
out.
just so long. Yeah,
You just
they need
yeah.
to. I like the NBA. It's fast. 30 minutes is over.
Speaking of NBA, you'll see the Mavs score right now.
No.
Is it bad?
Down 16 at
Oh
the start of the third.
my!
Well,
Don't got the
That's
Magic
okay.
tonight, I guess.
Season's
that's okay.
teetering on being.
Let's end this on a very happy note.
I'm not playing. I'm watching, just like you guys.
Let's end this on a happy note. Here's some breaking news.
Oh,
MLB The Show 24 cover athlete
cover athlete.
Corey Seager.
Not surprised. Is it the?
I gotta go get a PS5
Is
now.
it
It
the
is.
shot where he's screaming?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Heck yeah, that's
You
cool.
heard it here first.
That's pretty cool.
I'm picking up that game for sure.
Yeah.
Got the PS5 again.
Wait, is it only
Yeah, I
on?
gotta get
Oh, it's
PS5.
only on PS5.
No,
Ah,
no.
Oh.
It's the last couple of years. It's been on Xbox.
Okay, then I'll get
Yeah.
it too. I'll get it too.
Yeah, all
Is it on
platforms.
PS4 though? Because I have PS4.
buddy. I think it's time to upgrade. It's not. It's not that expensive anymore.
My tax return is going to my wife's emergency appendectomy. So
Well, if you have like if you have $500 left over, you can get a PS5
Yeah.
or
so-
an Xbox or go PC if you want. I don't know.
you.
All right, let's end on a good note here. Adrian Beltre, Alex, he played
Man, the myth, the legend.
many years for your Mariners.
Oh
He
man,
obviously
he
ended
joined
his
the
career.
Mariners in 2005. I was 8 years old, just getting into like kid pitch baseball. So like, and I'd usually go to the Mariners games at least 3-4 times a year when I was back in Seattle. So always saw him, Ichiro, all the guys. He definitely had his off years with the Mariners, but there's one thing you could always count on: his glove. One of the best defensive third basemen in the history of baseball. And just one of the best leaders overall, like always locked in. Even for the Mariners, like he'd still always run into one, still always had that power threat. Like just a great all around player and an awesome clubhouse guy.
Mm-hmm.
But don't touch his head.
No, don't touch his head.
No.
I think just his countenance, the way he played the game, he treated it like a game, and just all the antics over the years, but also he was really good at the game. And so it was a full circle moment this past week.
He's my favorite player of all time. Not
Definitely
even
top 3 for me.
Not even close. Austin, you had a really incredible moment where you got to be at Game 1 of the World Series this year. Alex, you and I were at Game 3 of the ALDS when they swept Baltimore.
Yeah, we sent Baltimore home. We ended their movie.
We did. Which that game was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, blowout.
It's hard to
from the
compare
beginning.
these two, but one of my favorite moments as a sports fan that I was in person for was Adrian Beltre's 3000s hit. We went there, me and almost my whole family. It was a Sunday game, and I remember we were watching the Saturday night game on TV, and he was one away. And as soon as like his last at bat ended and he didn't get it, we got online and we bought tickets. We were like, we have to be there. Like, we have to go. And
Was it hot?
oh yeah, it was like a Sunday afternoon in August. It was blistering.
Been there.
But
Yeah,
if there's
always 5
any
pounds.
player worth suffering through heat to support, it's him. I mean, you guys hit on it already, but just like the joy that he played with, like Alex, you talked about how he came to the Mariners when you were getting into like, kid baseball. Like, he was a grown adult and he still played it. Like, he still played the game like he was 9 years old. And sports can get so serious and we can take it way too seriously, and people can get, in your face and upset. But like, Beltre was the guy who you could just look at, and it didn't matter if you were having a bad day. It didn't matter if you were a diehard baseball fan or it was your first ever game watching. Like, you were going to smile watching him play because of the smile that he had on his face. It was infectious. And people were posting all these different clips of Beltre whenever it came out that he was making the Hall of Fame, which we all knew he was going to make.
Oh yeah.
It's a shame he wasn't 100%, but a lot of
95 's
baseball
pretty good.
Yeah, that's just baseball voters.
writers are stupid.
Yeah, bunch of old dudes.
One of the
Old
guys who
lady
didn't
guys.
vote for him, his rationale was he said that Beltre wasn't a guy that you went and saw. Beltre wasn't no Ted Williams, which
Not many
If-
are.
the bar for the Hall of Fame is Ted Williams. There's like 5 people in the Hall of Fame. But anyways, one of the clips that was going around about Beltre was when he got ejected from moving the on-deck circle.
Yeah, all time.
Yeah. One of my other favorite all-time clips with Beltre is just him and Felix Hernandez just interacting with each other, like when Felix throws a really nice curveball or something and Beltre didn't know where it was going, and then they're just joshing back and forth.
I love the
Just an
backwards,
all-time baseball guy.
the
He
backwards
had a lot
helmet.
of awesome relationships, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's rounding first and he's flailing.
The
was-
one-need home runs.
Oh man,
The one
Just
knee
seeing
home
him-
run in the World Series.
Should have been part of a great clinching moment there.
just like watching him go and like hug all those guys and like hug Elvis. Like
guess-
after he, oh man, that was like a tearing up moment.
Yeah, that's the one thing he just never got. He just never got right over the top. He got so close.
Yep.
A little bit of a curse there, but that's the only bummer.
Thanks.
To give
Couldn't
some
get him in the
some
ring.
Beltre stats to you, so he ended his career with 3,166 hits, 477 home runs, a career batting average of 286, a career OPS of 819. He was a 4-time All-Star, a 4-time Silver Slugger, a 5-time Gold Glove winner, and a 2-time Platinum Glove winner.
I'm
And-
shocked. He was only a 4-time All-Star.
Yeah. But I mean, you got to remember, like, he played on some not very good
But he didn't-
teams.
But that one year with the Red Sox, though, he was batting like 320 for the year. I hope he was
Yeah.
an All-Star that year. It was 2010.
Let's see.
No, 2009.
No,
He was good
2010 he was in Boston. Because he got traded to the
Oh yeah, he wasn't.
or he
part of
signed with the
2010 team.
Rangers for the 2011
before
round, not
that
2010.
season.
So he didn't
Young
make
was
his
still
first
in
All-Star game until that 2010 season with Boston.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
which is kind of crazy because
Probably should have made it once for the Dodgers.
in 2004 for the Dodgers, he had 48 home runs and he finished second in MVP, and he was a Silver Slugger, and he did not make the All-Star team.
Must have had a hot second half or something.
That's BS.
His run with Texas. So 2011, he was an All-Star, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. 2012, All-Star, top 3 in MVP, Gold Glove. 2013, top 7 in MVP. 2014, All-Star and Silver Slugger. 2015, top 7 in the MVP. 2016, top 7 and a Gold Glove. Like it.
These
His final 10 years were better than his first 10, which is ridiculous. But and I think this is one of the things that I don't feel like has been getting talked about as people have been kind of reflecting on Beltre. The dude was a tough son of a gun. Like, he was one of the guys who would not rehab. He would break his wrist. He'd be out a few weeks, and then he would rehab in the major leagues. He'd be like, all right, I'm back in. Let's do this thing. You'd wrap it up. He wouldn't be able to feel his wrist as he's taking line drives from third base. And he just said, no, I'm going to play. And he was so special. I'm so happy for him and his family. He'll have his jersey retired probably this next season by the Rangers. Just a beloved part of baseball history, and now he's a part of it forever. It's really cool.
Heck yeah, man.
This is getting too heavy.
You know who's next year?
Ichiro. If Ichiro's not unanimous, I will.
He won't be.
I don't think he's gonna be. Just
punt
because
whoever votes.
Just because the old heads.
to the
The old
sun.
heads won't allow it. He's not Babe Ruth or Ted Williams.
It's a good class next year, right? There's a couple of them.
CC, Felix,
Ichiro.
Chase Utley's back on there.
Chase
He
Utley's
had a
back on.
decent vote this year. Ian Kinsler's on there.
Kinsler,
first year.
Pedroia. Yeah.
Troy will get in, probably not first.
Oh, who's
out,
the
but
Chicago Cub that's on? Zobrist is on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for the podcast. Any closing thoughts?
Give me baseball, please.
Yeah.
But let's watch the
Yeah,
Super Bowl first.
Probably time to start paying attention to the Dallas Stars, 31-13.
Heyo.
Because the
Heyo.
Mavs are crashing and burning. So
Hey, crashing and burning,
Go
but we're over
Stars.
500. We're over 500.
Hey, Luca, we haven't even mentioned
Barely
it. Luca
over.
got 73 the other night.
Yeah, and I was watching a crappy Mean Girls musical.
Gross.
Sucked. I went in the movie. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a Mean Girls remake. It was date night, and it was a freaking musical.
yeah, that sucks, man.
Would have rather watched
Yeah.
the 73 burger, but and the amount of hate he got after, like, there's no defense
Oh,
in the
yeah.
league.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
typical
not gonna say why
NBA
he got
media.
it, but
Yeah.
East Coast bias. What can you say?
yeah, that
Uh,
Stephen A.
We'll
comment was
respect the
clowns.
Europeans. you
Yeah.
know.
All right, dad joke for this week. The sheepdog says to the farmer, "Here are your 20 sheep." The farmer says, "But I only have 17 sheep." "I know," says the sheepdog. "I rounded them up."
Nice.
Nice.
I'm glad Austin's back because I get good reactions from him on the dad jokes.
Nice. It was a slow burn. Yeah, that was good.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Making the Call. We will be back next Monday night doing a full Super Bowl preview. We'll be talking our best, our favorite props. We'll, of course, make our picks, storylines to know, key matchups, just all the works, right? We're probably going to be the only podcast giving you a Super Bowl preview, so you're going to want to be locked in, tuned into that. Make sure you're following us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you're also subscribed to the Making the Call newsletter. It is free to subscribe, free to read, of course. And go try Liquid IV today. Use code MTC for 20% off every single order, not just your first order, every single order. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of the week. We will see you next time.
Woo.
Good job, guys.
Good pod.
That was fun.
So, like, what's the plan for the Substack after football season?
Is it dead?
I need to think about it.
I'd love, because I think I got a little tired of college football at the end, but it's okay.
Same, dude. Especially
Yeah.
when you're not winning bets.
I know, right? It was a tough year. I did get Michigan. I
That
got
means
Michigan
next
right,
year's going to
but
be great. Next year we'll be hitting everything. I can't
Mike
wait.
Elko